Today we're going to be talking about things that you can see or learn from watching birds either in nature or on a bird cam. So I'm going to read Sapsucker Blues, the story of an endearing family of great blue herons. The story begins with a nest as big as your bed. A nest so deep that if it were a puddle and you jumped in, your knees would get wet. A nest so high that if it were your school, you would have to climb up 5 flights of stairs to reach it. Cable is laid through the woods, under the water, and high in the old oak tree. An arborist is a tree doctor. He climbs the tree and installs a microphone with 2 cameras. Would you like to have a job that involves climbing trees? It is March, and the male great blue heron returns from his winter home. He has come back to this same tree for 3 years. We recognize him because of his missing hallux, the toe that faces backwards. He pulls up on a large branch and then snaps down. Finally, he breaks it, flies to the nest, and presents it to his mate. Fortunately, she accepts it. Mama Heron lays the first egg. She stands up, checks it out, looks again, and sits back down. Mama Heron lays the second egg. She stands up, checks it out, looks again, rolls the egg, and sits back down. Number 3. She stands up, checks it out, looks again, rolls the egg, picks up sticks, and sits back down. Unbelievable! She lays egg number 4. How many eggs will Mama Heron lay? The last egg she lays is number 5. People watching the webcam called this egg fiber. It takes about 28 days for great blue heron eggs to hatch. Will Fiver be the last to hatch? How do Mama and Papa Heron keep them warm? So it's been 10 days since she laid her first egg. How will they keep them warm? Especially when there's a record snowfall in April. So much snow has never fallen this late in the season. Snow piles up, gets deep. Schools close, roads are too dangerous to travel. Think about how cold it must be. Where is Papa Heron? Oh, he's covered with snow. Later, he stands up, shakes off the snow, and quickly lowers himself over the eggs again. So, how does he keep the eggs warm, even in a blizzard? Look closely. There it is. The soft red bald spot is known as a brood patch. In herons, both Mama and Papa Heron have one. It turns red as blood flows to it, and it is very warm, 104 degrees. How does that compare to your temperature? Well, your temperature usually is about 98.6 degrees. Incubation means to add heat to eggs. Mama and Papa Heron take turns incubating the eggs. They also roll them. Scientists think they roll the eggs to evenly distribute the heat. Peepers call, Canadian geese softly honk down below. Nighttime comes to Sapsucker Pond. Oh no, watch out! Silently, a great horned owl attacks Mama Heron in the darkness of the pre-dawn. Who will win this battle? Mama Heron puffs up her feathers like a pterodactyl in distress. She screams and squawks. Then the owl silently lands on a branch, blinks its eyes, and finally flies away. Mama Heron's long black nuptial feather is lost in the battle. One egg looks damaged. Is it Fiver? One by one, the chicks begin to hatch. Each chick uses its egg tooth, a special bump on the chick's beak, to crack open the shell. It twists and punches until it's free. When first hatched, they are bedraggled, which is a good way to say they are wobbly and wet. Can you tell which chick just hatched? Hint, look for the one that looks bedraggled. 4 great blue heron chicks have hatched. What about Fiver? So the first one hatched after 30 days, and the other 2 hatched at day 31 and day 33. Yay! Fiver has hatched. Fiver hatched after 35 days. Eyes open, the oldest chick begins to look around. Mama and Papa Heron take turns regurgitating food for the chicks. Fish is their main food, but when out hunting, herons will snatch anything in motion. Once, Mama Heron delivered a large floppy goldfish. The chicks seemed confused. Can you think of a time when you were confused? A goldfish is not indigenous, naturally occurring fish to Ithaca, New York. Where might this fish have come from? Clacking and clamoring, the chicks mug Mama Heron for food. They squawk, they flap, feeding is a frenzy. Head first, they swallow whole the slithering, often still living, prey that is up from stretchy throats and stomachs of their parents. The chicks gulp fish faster than you can count. How fast can you count? The chicks never did eat the meadow vole, sometimes called a meadow mouse, Mama Heron brought for them. They tossed it back and forth, picked it up, and dropped it. Apparently, fuzzy wasn't appetizing. Have you ever eaten anything fuzzy? All that eating leads to a lot of pooping. They poop on the nest, they poop on the branches, they even poop on the camera. Their poop is white and watery. If you found great blue heron poop on the sidewalk, it would be as big as a dinner plate. 5 growing herons and 2 erping parents make a total of 7 pooping herons. That's a lot of poop. 5 great blue heron chicks are too big for their nest. They branch out, hop, flap, dance, lift off, run up and down, then jump back to the nest. Decisions are made. The branch dips and sways like a diving board. The chicks have grown too big for the camera. The herons are well camouflaged. Sometimes it's hard to tell where the tree ends and the heron begins. What do you think the word camouflage means? With a flap of its wings, lift off, the first brave heron fledges. Unbelievable! Find them. 4 great blue herons are exploring Sapsucker Pond, looking all grown up, waiting, silently stalking, snatching prey. But what about Fiver? Oh, there she is, at the end of the branch. What could she be thinking? Oh no, she's not ready. She's heading back to the nest. Mama and Papa Heron still come to feed her. Her brothers and sisters come to visit at night. Yay! Fiver has taken her first flight and is now in a different tree. She looks down from her new perch and knows what she needs to do next. She did it! People around the world hugged and cried and cheered. Fiver has fledged. Don't be sad. This is not the end of our great blue heron story. It is really just the beginning. Now it is up to you to go outside, explore, and discover the natural world around you. Great blue herons can be found all over North America, in freshwater and saltwater. Remember to look up. You might see Fiver flying overhead.